Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Friday workout. We're going to do low and slow on Fridays for the CrossFit Open so that you got a good active recovery day. We're still going to get some bench pressing in today, but in the flow of the weekly programming, that's kind of what we're targeting towards. So as a reminder, our Saturdays are at 8 a.m. with signups pre-workout. And Friday, I want this to be sort of a restorative fitness day today. So you should feel good while you're doing it and get some fun bench press in. So it's kind of like a Flex Friday, but not as high intensity as those can be. So let's begin with 2 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio, and then we'll get 2 rounds in of some big arm circles. So make sure you got a little velocity here. We're hitting, getting some momentum and swinging that arm in as big a circle as we can. Do some forward and some reverse, but 10 on each arm, and hit 3 burpees. So all the way to the ground, back jump up and clap. When you're done with 3 burpees, get 3 forward somersaults, and then finish with 5 to 8 reps of a warm-up bench press. Maybe go 8 reps on the first set, 6 reps on the second set, 5 reps on the last set. Ascending in weight up to somewhere around half your max. Okay, so in the flow of our strength training periodization, we are on a deload cycle for our bench press. So that means the weight is light, the reps are high, okay? So we will have, during the workout, about 50% of your max on there. And I'll explain that in just a second, but since we're doing low and slow, we're gonna start a long clock. So after the warm-up's over, start a 40-minute clock, and you'll just repeat this somewhere around 4 rounds or until the end of that clock. And we'll start off with bench press, and what we wanna do is, on our bench press, all the way down, touch the chest and press up, all the way down, touch the chest and press up. My arms are straight at the top, and I want to think about keeping my hands over my shoulders until I get down, and then I'm kind of arcing down so it touches my sternum at the bottom. We want to be in that range of 8 to 12 reps or 3 to 4 reps shy of failure, right? So at that 50 to 60%, I said about 50%. If the PR is lighter, then go a little bit higher. If your PR is heavier, then go a little bit lower on the percentage scale. 8 to 12 reps is a relative range so that you feel very comfortable when you put the bar back in the rack. So we are not going to muscle failure. We're just trying to hit some reps on this, feel a little bit of that middle weight, but it should be not enough weight that we get sore or even feel like we did anything the next day. But the effects of it are very important because we're putting the muscles under tension and we're getting a significant volume of those reps completed. Okay, so that is what active recovery looks like for the bench press. Then you're gonna go into 3 minutes of zone 2 cardio, and then there's a couple of accessory lifts on the back side of that. So 3 minutes of cardio, and then 8 reps on each side of a dumbbell hang, clean, and jerk. So I pick up the dumbbell, it's on the outside of my leg. I'm gonna go to my hang position, or to where the dumbbell is about at my knee, clean. So jump to the shoulders, jerk, jump to overhead, reset, hang, clean, jerk, reset, hang, clean, jerk. And I'm repeating that 8 times on each arm. And then, so you only need 1 dumbbell for this. Then we're going to the ground for Russian twists. So try to get your elbow to your opposite thigh when you do these, and you can add a little weight if you would like to. And then we're gonna do our first L hang. So whether you do this with your tippy toes touching the ground or with your legs stuck straight out, I want you to have your upper leg parallel to the ground for 15 seconds. Whatever you gotta do, hold it for 15 seconds. An adjustable pull-up bar mounted lower with your toes touching the ground is a really good and effective scaling method to get your body in the right position, but not apply so much load to your hip flexors and your core that it pulls you out of position over time, okay? So think about that. Use different methods to scale the position, but try to keep, or scale the resistance, but try to keep the position the same for the whole 15 seconds. So that's the first L sit. After that, you're gonna do our single arm dumbbell row. You can either do that with one hand planted on your knee to brace and rowing from a straight arm position until your hand touches your chest, or you could use a bench and you can brace on the bench. But the only thing we don't want to do on this is be using like momentum or twisting my shoulders anytime while I'm doing that. And then after you finish the single arm row, then we'll go back to our L sit right? And if you can start with legs out straight and then drop one leg and then drop the other leg, but hold those knees up. Try to keep the knees above the hips again for the full 15 seconds, and then you're repeating that whole sequence. So after the last L sit, you go back to bench press, do your 8 to 12 reps of bench press. If it's not the same number of reps as the first round because you're a little more tired in the chest, that's totally fine. And then go through that entire sequence of cardio, hang clean and jerks, Russian twist, L sit, rows, and L sit, okay? And that is it for today. This is it for the week. CrossFit Games Open 23.2 is tomorrow. So have a great one, and I'll see you then.